Nealay at Night with me, Nealay Patel. I am a designer here at Jesse James Beads, and it is my privilege to bring you fun and easy projects using the ever glorious Jesse James Beads. We do tutorials every Monday and Thursday at 6:30 Eastern Time, and I love doing these. We always come up with fun ideas, and I hope you were able to catch the last Nealay at Night, if I can talk. We made these glorious earrings that I gotta show you guys. These are so fun. Check these out. These are those beautiful roses that have been in the mystery box, actually. In the last couple videos, I showed you guys what to do with some of the beads from the mystery box, and I think that the value of the mystery box itself is amazing. You get so many beads for what you have paid for, and on top of that, the design possibilities are just absolutely endless, and so we got to make these cool earrings from it. And I'm sort of not over this whole rose phase, and so I kind of wanted to play with, whoops, just dropped my earring there. I kind of wanted to play with these beautiful floral shorties that I've been obsessed over. Now, a while ago they actually sold out of these, but they have since then replenished, and I am super excited about it. I have a project in mind, and I sort of didn't pre-plan anything, but I did want to use this beautiful Halsted neck form, this necklace collar, and I kind of wanted to see if I can wire wrap some of these beautiful shorties around it to create this really fun, cool textured design. So I'm really eager to get started with that. So I think I'm going to turn the camera around and show you guys what's on my table here. I hope everyone is having a fabulous evening. I know I am. I absolutely, again, love doing these demos. They're so much fun and super relaxing, and they definitely get my brain thinking of new ideas or techniques that I could try doing with Jesse James Beads and some other items that they carry, including, as you saw on my table, I had the soft flex wire out. So I'm kind of interested to see what I could do with that. But immediately, let me show you guys what these shorties are all about. Look at these colors and textures, and those roses are just phenomenal. Look at that. Let's see if I can get them on camera here. I think they're just so beautiful. You get all sorts of different colored palettes here, everything from bright to pastel. And I love that they're the shorter strands too, and I think that they would yet expand to doing, even if you were just doing a bracelet, to doing some earrings with them. So there's quite a bit of possibilities I think that you could design with, and that's the huge color spectrum there, which is incredible. Absolutely love these. So I kind of wanted to, I was feeling a little bright tonight, so I think I want to work with these guys. They're beautiful, and I'm feeling very cheerful. It's kind of rainy outside, so it's not exactly, but I'm always, I guess, happy, and I definitely want to express that through my jewelry design. So I'm actually just going to cut this off. I'm using a pair of Xeron cutters for my beading wire here. And so let's get those off and rolling on the desk. And I'm going to cut this strand. There we go. Perfect. And I'm just going to mix these up because the colors go so well together, and I think it's going to make for a really cool design. So we kind of start, we have this neck form first of all. Excuse me, I keep calling it a neck form. It's actually a Halsted collar intended for a necklace. And what you can do, this is really easy to work with, so you can expand and contract as you like, and it does keep its shape, which is nice. And so everyone's got, of course, a different size preference. But with my red one here, I think I want to start that in the middle, or excuse me, kind of the off-center as my central component, but then I kind of want to work around it just because it's my focal point. And so I can kind of lay these roses out however I like, and this will give me an instant layout and sort of a roadmap of what I'm trying to achieve. As you can see, I'm not really thinking about it too hard. I'm just laying things out as I like it, and that's the beauty of Jesse James Beads, is all of their beads are so well coordinated that even with the additional textures and metals and stuff that are in it, you could literally mix it up, which is what I'm doing here, and still be able to get a really fun and cool effect, even without having to do too much work behind it. So as I kind of see what I'm going with here, which is, I think this is going to look so dynamic. I am just using some thin brass wire here. If I had to guess a gauge to this, which I don't think it notes it anywhere, I'd say it's probably about 26, and this matches with the Halstead necklace collar really well, so I think it'll just disappear if anything. And I'm just going to trim it with a pair of cutters. Go. I took about probably 18 inches or so, and I would advise to do that 18 inches at a time for this particular design, I think. But really, you could just start to string it through. And again, we're starting kind of off-center here. So what I'm going to do, if I can get this on camera, is I'm going to lay this out and I'm going to coil it around a few times. Now, you'll probably recognize this technique because we've demonstrated it a few times, but it's only been bracelets and it's not been necklaces. And so this is a whole different step, you guys. So whole different medium that we're working with. There we go. I'm just going to coil it a few times. I'm going to leave that wire sticking out there for the time being. And then I'm going to coil this guy around. And I do want to make sure that it has really good tension and that it is tight. And that everything will stay in place, as you could see. And my brass wire is just absolutely disappearing into that collar, so I'm happy about that. Now I can start to introduce other beads as I work from one side to the other. So I'm going to put on this beautiful sparkly bead that's made out of rhinestones. Look at that. Isn't that just absolutely sparkalicious? I don't know if that's an actual word, but we're going to use that today. And again, we're just taking and coiling. You do want to make sure that you are very neat and tidy with your coils. This is going to be a much more streamlined design, I think, than my other pieces have been in the past. So what do I want to do now? I think I want to do a rose again. Let's do this rose. Here we go. Beautiful. I love the blues matching, and that's, again, a beautiful contrast with that coral colored flower, excuse me. Again, just wrapping, coiling, making it sure it's nice and tight. Here we go. And I am making sure that I start from my bottom coil and that it overlaps over the top. That way I know that my flower is going to stay very symmetrical against the necklace collar. There we go. So what do we want to pick up now? Maybe some of these small beads. Let's do that. See how those look. Now, I want to start to introduce some other materials to this because the beads are gorgeous, of course, but we have a whole giant palette of beads with Jesse James beads, and of course, I love tassels. So what I was thinking, in inspiration of some of my past pieces, and the mystery box that was just received, or at least that I received not too long ago, and that I made something with, I had all these beautiful tassels left over, so let's use some of them. I've got this really cool rose, and it just so happens to have a gold colored cap at the top, so I think that's going to be a really good match. And I think this rose theme is going to work pretty well with my design here, so let's string this guy on. And with that, I think I want to do a bead as well, maybe? Yeah, let's throw on a bead with this. Go. Perfect. There we go. Simply coil it around. Awesome. Very dainty design that this will be. And again, I can continue to put on those beads. Now, what the whimsical part of this, I think, will be, and that makes it very fairy-esque, I think, is going to be some of the introduction of other materials, including Selflex wire. This will sort of help to break that hard line that is the necklace form. So I have this idea of crimping it directly to the collar here. So let's try and do that and get some softer lines in here. Again, this is all, woo, experimentation, and I'm extremely klutzy. Here we go. I need some crimps, which I think I forgot to grab, so let me go grab that real quick from my drawer here. There we go. And I'm going to start to work with the soft flex wire from one side and basically give it a nice bit of space and air and crimp it onto the other side. So let me demonstrate, you guys. There we go. So I'm gonna go between my flowers here, and I'm going to go ahead and tighten it, but I don't want to be super tight. I do want it to move around a little bit. And what we're going to do is crimp it with our handy dandy Xeron pliers. Here we go. So what you do to do the crimp is you just stick it in your V-shaped notch first, give it a good crimp. It'll turn it into sort of a crescent shape, and then you just go with your second notch and basically press it together. Very easy. Normally I do this very close to my face, but working on camera here, it's a little bit of a different story. So there, I'm just going to actually trim out that wire. And now I want to push that back around and start to see if I can get some really good flowy shapes there. So you can see what I'm trying to do already. I think that's going to look really fun. I could even hang beads off of this. And in fact, I think that's what I'll do. Excellent. So I just strung on a few beads. And again, I want to keep a very loose shape here, and I think I want to crimp it right about there. So let me string on a crimp. Here we go. Push this around. And what's great is that the beads that I've wire wrapped in between will help stop that little wire from going around here. There we go. Excellent. I could trim this off, but I'm actually going to leave it on. There we go. Cool. And the reason for that is I actually want to now start to create these beautiful loops and crimp to the other side so that you get this really soft, fun, linear, another linear component, but I guess it's not really linear if it's curved. And as I wire wrap and continue to make this, I think I could just continue to fill it up and create these beautiful wavy shapes along this cool garden fairy-esque look here. I think it'll make a really good design. So what I might do is wrap a few more beads and then demonstrate that for a little bit, and then try and work the rest of it off camera to finish the design. So I think you guys have a good grasp on the concept of this, which is pretty easy, I must say. There we go. And again, you want to make sure I was going back down when my wire exits down. I want to make sure that I wrap above and around, just like that. Pretty easy. So once you, let's just say, have run out of wire, all you do is just trim it and pretty much just wrap it back in. It's not going to move or, I guess, shift out of place. And what you can do if you are afraid of wearing this and this poking you is take another piece of wire and just wrap it around it, and that will help to prevent that from happening. So an additional coil, and you could even wrap the excessive wire around the flower, and that will help to kind of seal it in place. So it's pretty easy to hide everything, making sure that everything is nice and tucked in properly and that nothing is sticking out. So pretty fun. There we go. Cool. Okay, well, I think I will continue working on this the rest of the evening and try and get these shapes to kind of come out and be this really dainty looking design. So pretty excited about it. I think it'll be a wonderful technique, and I can't wait to show you guys once it's all done. So I hope you enjoyed the little quick demo tutorial there. Turn back around. All right, a couple of announcements, you guys. Whoa, I'm really blown out there. First of all, if you love these demos, check out the demos in a couple different spots. You can check out www.jessijamesbeads.com, and on there is a video tutorials link, and you'll find many ideas on there that you guys can try yourselves. I promise the techniques are super easy and fun and quick, and we also upload all of our videos to YouTube. So go to youtube.com and please subscribe. And also, I believe I checked on the website just today, in fact, that they are running a 30% off chains. So if you guys love the technique that I demonstrated and wanted to add even more texture to it, I think this is a good opportunity to stock up on some chain for 30% off. So it's awesome. I love it all. I love you guys. If you love me, check out my brand, Silver Silk and More. That's what that looks like. As you can see, I have a beautifully, beautiful, awesome, gorgeous knitted wire that I sell, and this is Jessie James beads with it. So it's a beautiful combination. I love using it with the Silver Silk, and I want to wish you guys a wonderful evening. All right, I will catch you later. Bye.